Hello everybody, this is Pheno, and today we're back with some more Duelyst. And I'm actually super excited for the 2-hour episode this week. What up? It's great. I'm super excited to see what happens tonight. I'm super excited to see what we play tonight. Obviously, we've got Vinar kicking it off, which is going to be a lot of fun. You guys have given me some really great feedback pertaining to Vinar this week. And you've given me a lot of great feedback on pretty much everything I've done this week. Songhai, we were fairly successful with so far this week. Sphere of Darkness, turn a space into Shadow Creep. Alright, so we've got an hour and 18 minutes until reset, which is great. So one of the things you guys have mentioned quite a bit this week is the Arcanist deck, and potentially making some edits to my current iteration of the Arcanist deck. You guys have recommended, after me complaining multiple times about the card, to cut Aethermeister, or Aethermenius, I don't even know how to pronounce it. Don't even care. And I'm going to cut a Circulus and a Mana Forger. And what that's going to do is it's going to give us 4 slots. 4 slots to do really whatever I want. You guys have recommended adding Hearthsister to the deck, which I think is a really solid idea. I'm going to grab 2 Hearthsisters. And then the other card that I'm torn between is actually a neutral. And it is an Arcanist as well, which is the Lightbender, I believe is what it is called. Where are you hiding? I know what you look like. Where are you hiding, card? Yeah, Lightbender. So what the Lightbender does is it dispels everything around it, which is really cool. And it's an Arcanist. The other card that I'm very heavily considering is, and was also recommended, was the Thunderhorn. So, Thunderhorn has an extra life point, which is fantastic, and can clear a lot of things. Whereas the Lightbender is a little bit less useful, I would say. Like, when pertaining to most situations. However, the Lightbender is an Arcanist, and I guess it has 2 less health and 1 less attack. So it's almost guaranteed to die out the gate, unless confronted by, like, a basic general. By turn 4, most likely there is another threat on the board, but the Dispel is really powerful. It's very powerful, like, no questions. Dispel is fantastic. But we already have a lot of Dispel within the deck. And I think what we're going to do for starters is we're going to start with the Thunderhorn. Just give it a shot. And potentially switch. The reason why I'm concerned about using the Thunderhorn over the Lightbender is the fact that one is an Arcanist, one is not. So we could potentially see impact from that. But we do have Blue Conjurer, and we have the Owl, which neither of them require other Arcanists. However, Trinity Wing and Circulus... No, not Circulus. Man, no. I guess it's just Trinity Wing that really requires... And, the other one, who summons the 3/3 Wolf that I am spacing on completely. But we've had a really good week this week. We've seen a lot of success. I'm going to cut the mana for the Blue Conjurer out. And I'm going to keep everything else. Mana Death Grip is pretty great. We are going up against Vitruvian. Never a fan of going up against Vitruvian. Especially Vitruvian with extra mana. I like that card. I think it's a pretty clever card. So he has enough to cause some grief for me, which is a bit of a bummer. I'm going to replace one Mana Forger, one Mana Death Grip. I think that's the best roll there. We do already have the Trinity Wing. He's already rolling out with the Thunderhorn, which we can remove this turn. So I'm not concerned about the Trinity Wing, or the Thunderhorn. We're just going to silence that. And then we're going to punch it for 2. Then we're going to drop this guy here, which is going to make... No, we don't want to do that because it's not going to be free. Almost a huge mistake. But in the end, I caught it, and that's really all that matters. In the grand scheme of things, that is all that matters. All right. So there's the Corona Cold, or Frigid Corona. I get the Frigid Corona and the Chroma Cold, like, just the wording. I know what both of them do individually, but I do kind of... Alright, so we can remove this. I think we replace this little dude right now. Alright. So, how do we want to do this? How do we want to do this? We have 6 mana. We have a free card. I think we drop Trinity Wing. And then let's give our general +1 attack. And then punch this. And then stun it. Grab that. Hit it. Block him. And end our turn. So yeah, I just want to, while I'm here, welcome all of the new viewers. Our view count for this series has actually gone up by like roughly 10 a video over the past week, which is, I know it doesn't sound like a lot, but to me it's a lot. So I just wanted to thank all of our new viewers, our new subscribers to the series. If you're new and you subscribe for this series, let me know down in the comment section below. So that's quite all right. I'm not super upset about that. I mean, he burnt all of his mana. All right. I think we stay aggressive. Let's remove this. Toss our hero here. Play our owl here just to snag that. Ping the general. And then restore our health. Let's replace this fella. And then... deal some actual damage. And wrap up that. I think that was a fairly good success. The owl really helps keep these little dudes alive, which is nice. It's very nice. That's a card. Reactivate and take control of an enemy minion with 2 or less until the end of the turn. And he conceded! Woo! I'm not gonna tip. I want to try to save up a little bit of money. We haven't been able to really start purchasing up some stuff in quite some time. So let's hop back on in. I'm glad we got Vinar. It always makes me really nervous doing the Friday episode because there's always a chance we don't get Vinar, and Vinar is definitely the character that I've become the most confident with. I am excited to try some different Arcanist variants of various different classes. I feel like doing Arcanist variants of the different classes is going to be a good way for me to learn and kind of take advantage of the different class styles. Based off of just what I've learned from Vinar and the Arcanist archetype, it's pretty good. And I feel like there's so much potential with it. Alright, so let's cut the Thunderhorn for polarity. One of the best tips you guys gave me as well was don't use polarity unless I'm going to attack. Which is like a really valuable tip, to be perfectly honest. So initially I was going to go in for the stun, but I feel like this is the better move here. I'm more than happy that he did that there. The downside is the fact that I guess we can still grab... We can't reach the tile anymore. Unless we want to lose a minion. And I don't really want to lose a minion. So let's do this. Let's hold on to that. And actually, let's just stun him. And end our turn. So I have a plan to take out the 3/3. We can either... The idea I have is to just run my general into it. Take the 3 damage. That needs to go. So this is a... That's going to be a slight problem, but in the end, I'm not super concerned about it. We do have some free cards here, and I guess in the end... How aggressive do I want the owl? I think we make the owl pretty aggressive. And then... Move our general here. And then... Polarity him. Move him in for blood. To remove that from the board. And then hit that. Mana Forger is feeling pretty confident, so let's move him down as well. And then end our turn. So, I don't like the fact that they're grouped up like that. It's definitely a misplay on my part. Considering that he can dispel a 2x2 area. Grouping them up like that is definitely not smart. I do realize that. But I did realize it a little bit too late. And that's fine. I think we have him in a very good spot. We're going to be able to remove this card. Pretty sure I just Chroma Cold it. Call it a day. Makes the most sense to me, I think. Chroma Cold it and then just hit it with the Mana Forger. Like so. And then I'm going to continue keeping the pressure on and drop the Thunderhorn right here. And end our turn. So I debated on replacing the blue conjurer, but in the end I don't see a reason why I would. Obviously we need some more spell ammo, so I am going to replace probably the blue conjurer next turn. Hope for a spell. We have him in a pretty dandy spot. With some solid power out too. Like, we've got some solid stuff coming, so he is going to run away. Let's see what he attacks. So he's looking for cards. Oh, it's not Death Wish. Opening Gambit. So he killed that. Which is fine. All things considered, it's not the most valuable thing that I had. Let's replace him. And then drop the blue conjurer. Move in Mr. Owl to remove this. And then let's continue just locking him down into place. I mean, I guess it's 1 damage, but all damage matters. So he's gonna be pretty cool. I'm not gonna lie. Well, we didn't get to play him, but we won. So we're off to a pretty solid start. Feeling pretty good. As you guys may have noticed at the beginning of the video as well, I did play a little bit on my free time, and I was really struggling. I was trying to play, and like, when I'm not talking through what I'm doing now anymore, I make a lot of mistakes. So recording for you guys and prepping these videos is really helping me as well. However, it's still sitting here, and I just want to eat that damn granola bar so bad. It's just sitting there. I want it. I want it so bad. And now it's just a really fun joke, and I'm going to keep it running as long as needed. Alright, let's see what we got. It's a pretty solid hand. Let's dump this in the Thunderhorn. I think having 2 owls is far superior. Not that it mattered. I'm going to replace one of the owls, all things considered. Is that who we had just played? I don't know if that was who we had just played. I mean, I'll take it if... And that's... It'd be really great if that was the guy who we just played, but I didn't look at his name. Captain Linger? People come up with the most creative names, and it's hilarious. Alright, so let's dump the... him and him. Alright, so we are up against another Gold Division player with a lot of wins under his belt, which is also pretty interesting. So we are going up. He's got at least 600 wins under his belt. And he's playing a Mechazard deck. Which means our goal is going to be to hold on to our Chromacold for as long as humanly possible. Pretty content with my hand. So the Chromacold will be instrumental with dealing with Mechazard. So really my goal is just to keep one in my hand at all times. That's a little mean. Another one. Alright, so let's replace Trinity Wing currently. No, let's replace this. Alright, so that's a pretty good card for me to get right now. So we're going to punch that. Mana Death Grip it. And then let's drop. I should have moved my general. Let's move him to there. Drop him right there. And then hit that. And stun that. I hate carrying 2 mana out of my turn. But there's nothing worth the Chroma Cold currently on the board. And where he's already 60% into the Mechazar. I'm assuming that from typical matches I've experienced, people drop Mechazar like the far corners. That's fine. That's fine. He can do that. We get to drop Trinity Wing next turn. Those are rabbits. What did he just do? Give a minion +5 attack at the end of the turn. Transform it into a 3/3 kin. Well, I'm not entirely sure why he transformed it into a 3/3 kin. I'm not going to drop Trinity Wing, though. I'm going to drop... Actually, I want to come down here. Drop the Blue Arcanist right here. And then ping. Kill the rabbit. Which is an adorable card. For all intensive purposes. Run him over there and him here. So that's going to be another great card to deal with Mechazar. I'm going to keep this little dude on the board. To avoid any natural selection issues, which we have this guy as well. Pretty content with our hand. I feel pretty good. Again, he is sitting at 60%. I believe it's 60%. They already fell off the log here. But we have continued to hold board control the entire fight. Which you guys have very well and thankfully let me know is a huge part of the game. Ooh, interesting. I mean, it's a huge threat. Let's replace the Lightbender. Circulus. I mean, it definitely is a huge threat. Because he can fight the owl. We have enough to kill him. If we drop Trinity Wing. So let's drop Trinity Wing. Which is going to give us our cards. Leave us with 2 mana. And then let's buff our general. And instead of using my deal 2 damage, let's run him in. And then drop Circulus as well. And end our turn. Which gives us a really nice turn with the owl next turn. That's not cool. Alright, so he's got a lot of very solid things he needs. So I'm going to drop the owl as aggressively as possible. We're going to heal up the general. We're going to replace Thunderhorn. Not really what I wanted. Ping that. And then hit him. Which does make us a potential natural selection target on the owl. We have 2 Chromacolds, and we have Trinity Wing. So Trinity Wing can come down next turn, give us the 2/1, which will allow us to kill his little dude. That's 80%. I'm expecting Mechazar right there. Okay. So let's hope he drops it in the way corner. Like, he didn't. Dropped it right on the face. Alright, so that is obviously an issue. So let's do this. And then I don't want to drop Trinity Wing over here. He can only make it to there. So let's drop Trinity Wing right here. Oh shit, we don't have any Arcanists. Frack! And now he can... Damn it! Come on. Frack on a cracker. I think we just gave him game. Putting Trinity Wing there was an asinine move. Playing Trinity in general was an asinine move. He has a full board clear currently available. And he's going to have to give me something very nice in order to be able to come back from the current situation. So he obviously didn't realize it. Or he did realize it and he just didn't care. So... Circulus is currently useless to us. So let's do double Thunderhorn. I think by doing the double Thunderhorn, if he attacks the Thunderhorns, he's going to take 4 damage, which will give me lethal. But at the same time, he only has to hit me for 11, which I'm sure he has. I mean, it's always a potential that somebody can come out with 11 damage. But obviously, the double Thunderhorn, I feel, is a pretty good block. I mean, he can always move his general as well. But one of my Thunderhorns can reach him. I mean, I'm okay with him continuing to give me cards. I'll take another card. I mean, obviously, he's just trying to deal as much damage to me as he can. He's so close to lethal. It's gotta be bothering him. Oh, he could have hero powered. Wow. 11 damage with those stupid little direct damage spells. I mean, there's no way that I could have prepared for that. So I'm okay with the loss. I think it was incredibly dirty. It was very dirty. But I'm okay with the loss. I'm not going to complain. We do have a boss, too. I don't know what kind of evil-ass shenanigans the boss has. Let's give the boss a fight. Born among the Magmar, where strength was heralded as prominent, Zell took his pursuit of perfect evolution one step further as he transcended even his own kind. Feeding off the death of lesser beings, Zell sets his eyes upon you next. Sure, whatever. We'll try him with the Arcanist. I never feel confident fighting bosses. Primarily just because they start with such an advantage. That it's usually pretty rough. Do I get allies? Oh, I get allies. That's kind of cool. I don't think I've ever gotten an ally before. Alright, at the start of your turn, damage the enemy general equal to the amount of minions they own. Restore 1 health and deal 1 damage to the enemy general. Alright, so he's an all-around dick. So basically we want a deck that doesn't have a lot of minions. I feel like going right in is just slaughter. Well, I feel like considering he hasn't had to move, he looks like Frieza. Look at that. It's a really cool looking baddie, too. Alright, so let's replace the Thunderhorn. I mean, I'm assuming you can't just silence a general. But we're in some pretty tough shape here. Primarily because I have just no idea how to even combat him. The more minions we have, the worse off we're going to do. But I need an Arcanist on the board. Which means we're about to take 3 damage. So I think our Abyssian deck would actually be a prime candidate for combating this guy. Because we do have minions that we can sacrifice. So I think that... I mean, I think he's got pretty freaking close to lethal right now. Yeah, I mean, he's just going to be able to snipe me from a distance. While his health goes up. But honestly, I have very little idea on how to actually defeat him. Doesn't look like he moves. He kind of just chills out there. But he has lethal. There's very little I can currently do. We can remove that. So we continue to take damage. We can silence and remove that. But yeah, it's all over. It is all over. So he is an asshole. He is the definition of everything that I do not want to fight. So we do have the Abyssian deck. And I think fighting fire with fire could potentially be pretty good. If we can just buff him up. Oh, I should have replaced him. I don't know what I was thinking. So yeah, I think if we can play his game against him, it's risky because we have to be able to take him down faster than he can take us down. But it is going to allow us to mitigate the amount of minions that we have on the board. You son of a bitch. Well, that ruins the entire plan. Well, that was our only hope. Ugh. So yeah, all the numbers are against us. Oh, Frostyva. Who did he buff? This guy. All right, so Nom 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 nom. So I think he has lethal. Or at least he's really close to having lethal. Oh, I like that. I don't like that. Wow, I don't even, like... I can't even fathom how to deal with him. So you have to have a lot of heal. Like, I don't know if it's possible to just straight up try to kill him. I think you have to heal your way through it. I know there's probably a really easy deck to take him down. It's probably like a really, really easy deck. But I personally do not know what that is. So, yeah. Boss battle ahoy. Alright, so let's create an Arcanist deck for her. I think out of all of the classes, I think that making an Abyssian Arcanist deck could be really cool. So let's make a new... I don't know if creep makes a lot of sense for it. I mean, I guess the extra damage does make a little bit of sense. So yeah, let's go with Cassiva. That makes sense. I think that makes sense. And then let's look at any Arcanists that... So we've got Night Shroud, which is both bond. Your general steals 1 health from the enemy general for each other friendly Arcanist. I don't think a 5/1 is very good. Personally, I don't think a 5/1 is very good. Obviously Nocturne is pretty good. So let's grab. And Death Knell is also pretty solid. And so we want the Mana Forgers. Prismatic Illusionist. Let's grab a couple Light Benders. Not a lot of low-cost cards currently. 6 isn't bad. I really don't want to put Aethermeister into the deck. I just don't. I don't want him in the deck. So that gives us a good starting point. I don't know what else out here we would want. Maybe Blue Conjurer? And Trinity Wing. And Albi Sage. There we go. So those are all the required Arcanist cards, I think. And now we can kind of play around with the tools that Abyssian has within her kit. And we are going with Cassiva. But I think for the most part, we just want a lot of very low-cost board removal. Not this. Turn a space into a Shadow Creep, draw a card. It's free. Could be pretty good. Deal 2 damage to the enemy general, restore. Also, very nice. The downside is our deck fills up very quickly. Destroy a friendly minion. Your next minion costs 2 less. I suppose that could be pretty cool. Choose an enemy minion. When it dies, deal 3 damage to all enemies around it. Maybe Cassiva's not the right choice. Let's go with Lilith. And because we're going to go with Lilith, it opens up some other ideas. Destroy a friendly minion to restore 5 health to your general. Demonic Lore. Destroy a friendly minion at the end of your turn. Resummon it on the same space and give it +1/+1. Destroy an enemy minion on a friendly shadow creep. Could also be pretty cool. But I feel that is one that is definitely better with the other character. Demonic Lore. Trying to keep everything below 3. Sure, I'm going to grab that because that's cool. Give all friendly minions +2 attack. Destroy all friendly minions and resummon them on random spaces at the end of the turn. Destroy a friendly minion to destroy an enemy minion. Punish is really nice. I feel like that's a pretty okay kind of deck, to be perfectly honest. I don't know if we need Death Knell in the deck. Let's give it a go and then find out. And then we're going to do Arcanist Abyssian. Save. Yeah, and I have no idea, to be perfectly honest, if an Arcanist Abyssian deck is even feasible. And I think we're missing cards, too. Actually, before we go in, are we missing cards? No! Yeah! I didn't go enough menus back. Alright, so if we go into crafting, we go into Abyssian, and then we do... So we are missing... None. We have all of the basic ones. I also don't know if running Ghost Seraphim in the Venard deck is a good idea. It could be. I feel like we're doing all right, though. And I'm getting completely off topic. And an Arcanist... so if we get Songhai for our quest later, I think that's what we're going to rock. But we still have a little while before the quest, so let's give this a shot. I feel like I'm finally getting a grasp of the game to a point where I feel confident messing around with different decks again. When I first started out, a lot of what I wanted to do is literally just play and build decks and try gimmicks and have a lot of fun. But this game doesn't really let you do that until you know what you're doing, which makes sense. I mean, that's okay. So we are against a Fae. Probably the worst thing for me to end up against. Out the gate. I don't mind the hand. It's a pretty solid little hand. I don't know how... I don't think Nocturne is that good of a card. In general, I don't think it's that good of a card. But I think in practice, maybe it's going to be a good card. I think Punish is a pretty solid card. Especially when you get the Wraithlings out and you can start kind of attacking and doing stuff like that. Alright, so we're against a Walvenar. Easily. There's no way it's not. Hearth Sister. It's fine. I didn't want him anyway. Punish is not going to benefit us currently. There's no reason not to attack the wall. So I feel like this card does have a lot of really cool potential, especially comboed with stuff like Prismatic Illusionist. But the fact that it only has 1 health, I think makes it garbage, to be perfectly honest. And I really just don't like the overall way that... I don't know. I don't like the way the deck feels for removal's sake. I have no idea what this thing is. So let's see what it is. If it's... So it's definitely a basilisk. So we want to avoid playing any spells. It could also be the port minion, I suppose. So I guess let's see if we can bait it out. Alright, so it's definitely basilisk. So we have to kill it with raw power. Which makes dropping the owl right there a little bit more tricky. But we're going to drop... I think Trinity Wing goes down next turn. Trinity Wing will make it so that we can trade. The problem is that we're going to burn a couple of our cards by dropping Trinity Wing, which does suck. That also sucks. Alright, that really sucks. You got the perfect one, too, to hit me twice. Well, at least he hit that once. I mean... So we have no minions. We are just in a straight-up really bad spot. So, if we can survive to turn 10, we could potentially have a play. The downside is, due to the way his current board looks, doesn't look very viable. I mean, we can kill the Thunderhorn, but in order to kill the Thunderhorn, we trigger this. And he's going to stun me. Does he have another stun? I find it interesting that he stunned me when I can kill... Is he going to turn that into a battle pet too? He's got something. Mana Death Grip. It's going to leave it with 4 health. It's fine. I don't need it to... I don't need it to do anything. I just want to kill that so I can start dealing with some of the problems out here. Shit, we should have dropped... Oh, I'm such a jackass. We should have dropped him first. Well, I guess it wouldn't have mattered because we need to punish this. Turn a space into Shadow Creep and draw a card. So the good news is it's becoming more likely that we could survive. The bad news is what I just said completely went out the window and we are boned beyond recognition right now. I have nothing to deal with this in the deck. I realize how that is a problem now. We have no Arcanists. We have 6 mana. So let's punch that. Drop this. Punish this. Heal up a little bit. I mean, I'm quite sure it's over. He's got a huge lead on us, but if we can get our little dude into a corner, that's not happening. We are no longer making it to a corner. Well, let's see if he can kill us. He's got 2 cards to attack. I mean, we trapped him. We have 10, 14. So we can kill him depending on what he does. We have lethal. I actually don't know. Unless he kills us, I'm pretty sure he's done. Do I like this deck that we're currently playing? No, not at all, to be perfectly honest. I don't think it's good at all. Does that give him enough? I think we still have lethal. At least I hope we have lethal, because he has to die. Oh, you bastard. So I want to... Doing that was probably dumb. But we are on survival mode right now. Yes! I cannot believe we pulled that off. Oh, you sir deserve a tip. I can't believe we just pulled that off. Alright, so things we learned pertaining to the deck. We need more removal. We definitely need more removal. Nocturne doesn't work. I don't think he fits what we're trying to make happen. I feel like almost anything else would probably be better than Nocturne. Let's use Phantasm. Death Knell literally won us the game. He was unable to come back from that. Night Shroud, garbage. I don't know. The card is really good, but I feel like there are better cards that we could be subbing for it. I feel like there's a lot better cards. I think Zeraloth is a fantastic card. Shadow Sister is a fantastic card. So the removal that this deck comes with is really, really high. For the straight up removal. Whenever an enemy takes damage, restore 1 health to your general. I think Zeraloth is a pretty solid card. And let's grab... Punish worked pretty well. We were able to utilize that. And then let's grab 2 Ritual Banishings. And let's see how that does. So it's been a long time since I actually got like affiliated with Abyssian. So I know that, you know, the straight up just summon hordes of little dudes deck is a lot of fun to play. Let's dump this and this. Alright, so we're up against a dude with 1,000 wins. Well done. He also thinks that I should have good luck and a little bit of fun. So that's nice. Alright, Phantasm is out. Which means we don't want to drop a minion. We can kill it, though. Oh, we can't kill it. We can kill it. I realize now that we could have done that way differently. And probably had far better results. But we do have another whip that we can move something there. So if he drops another 2 health card, we can remove it. Oh, he's just gonna straight up shadow creep me. That's a good little combo. Definitely didn't need Death Knell currently. So let's see what he does to deal with the Sentinel. We've already taken a lot of damage. He triggered it, which is nice. Gives us a nice shiny Fiend card. Alright, so let's get rid of Mr. Death Knell. We have 5 mana. So let's drop that. Give him that. So we'll see what he does. He has enough mana to remove it with the removal card. He's replacing, so maybe he doesn't have it, which would be really cool. If he runs away, he doesn't have it. He's not running away. Son of a bitch. Always they have the perfect counters. What was that? Whenever your general gains +2 attack whenever a general destroys an enemy minion. Restore 2 health to your general. That is a really nice card. And yes, I am aware that I don't get the silence doing that. It was not my intention to get the silence when doing that. I really just don't like the way that this deck feels. It feels really awkward to play this deck. It doesn't have enough removal, I think. It just doesn't have enough straight up removal or silence or board manipulation and control to do what I want. I think that another solid Arcanist deck would be Songhai. I think Songhai has a lot of really good potential. But I don't know. Oh, he's got the cool white tiger. Well, we're screwed. Not gonna waste anybody's time. Well played. Well played, sir. Well played. That stinks. Stinks a lot. It stings, too. Alright. Let's head on into our collection. And let's start toying with a different deck. So I don't really know what kind of decks that work for me as well. I feel like I really started to synergize well with Vanar, and I like Vanar, and one of the big things I'm continuing to struggle with is, am I any good with any of the other characters? And one of the classes I just don't have anything of is Vath. For whatever reason, I've just never had to play Vath. We have both players draw a card and give your general +1 attack. I feel like the draw card is pretty cool. I don't like that it's both players. But I feel like you could also manipulate it. There's a lot of options there, but I'm going to go with Vath the Immortal. And then, so when I play against Vath, I see a lot of really cool stuff. They do a lot of fun stuff. I don't know if there are any Arcanist Vath cards. I don't even know if that's a... It doesn't look like there are any Arcanist Vath cards. Or Magmar, I guess. So there are some. No, those are all neutral. So there are none. They all live in Vanar, Abyssian, and Songhai. So that's out of the question. So I see a lot of really cool stuff with this character. Your general cannot die is a pretty cool artifact. Okay. So yeah, there's a lot of really cool stuff I've seen with Vath. I've lost my fair share of Vath games. Godhammer is definitely an ability that I think Vath really synergizes with. Giving your minions grow +1/+1 is really powerful. So we're going to grab Godhammer. Give a friendly damage minion +2 attack +4 health. I don't know if I care too much for that. If the next card you play this turn is a minion, it costs 2 less and takes 2 damage. Choose an enemy minion, it can no longer attack. So these are like all cards that I've never seen anybody play. I have seen Flash Reincarnation. I haven't seen Greater Fortitude run that much. Lava Lance, I've never seen run. Rex is a battle pet. I've seen it run. I think the reason why Rex gets run is because it has rebirth, so it can come back. It can become a bothersome. But you guys have consistently told me not to run minions like that. Cascading Rebirth. Destroy friendly minion to summon a random Magmar minion that costs 1 more. I've never seen that played. Give a friendly minion +1. I've never seen that played. The Gaze cards. We just actually got our asses kicked by the Gaze cards. I like it. It's a pretty solid little card. Obviously, Natural Selection. Very powerful. Whenever your general takes damage, this minion gains that much attack. It's a pretty cool card. Dispel a space if there's a minion there. Buff it. Phalanxar is... I don't know. I don't know how I feel about Phalanxar. I feel like these two cards combined is pretty good, but then you lose the value of the 6/1. Earthwalker. It's a pretty solid little card. Warpup is a card that I think does have a lot of potential. I never see it run, though. Don't really care too much about Tremor. Stun an enemy, give your general +1 attack. It's not bad. Young Silazar is a good card all around. It's got 3 health, which is also very nice. It makes it harder to kill. Equilibrium, deal 2 damage to all minions in a 3x3 area. Friendly minions in their area also gain 2 attack. Never seen that run either. Primordial Gazer, I see run all the time. Ragebinder, I don't typically see run. Tectonic Spikes, I think is a pretty solid little card. It gives draw, which is nice. Pterodon, I see run fairly often. And again, I'm just going through and grabbing the stuff that I see run. Adamantine Claws. Whenever a friendly minion or your general takes damage, your general gains +2 attack. It's pretty cool. The Claws is also very nice. Being able to just whip your general out and deal a chunk of damage. It is pretty terrifying. Double your general's attack this turn. Also pretty cool. Never seen it played, but it's gimmicky and I like that. Give a friendly minion +1/+1 for each damage that was dealt this turn. All friendly minions, including self for a Blood Surge, gain +1 attack. Restore 8 health to your general. Egg. Rush. Opening Gamut, deal 4 damage to your general. Grimrock. Pretty solid card. Omniseer. Turn a nearby friendly minion space into a Primal Flourish. I don't see it run that often. I do know that we want 3 Lava Slashers. Thumping Wave is pretty cool. Ryzen, whenever your opponent summons a minion, this minion summons an egg of itself nearby. That is super gimmicky, and I love everything about that, but I don't know how good it actually is. Colossus, I think, is pretty good, but he costs a lot. Juggernaut, grow +5/+5. Whenever this minion takes damage, summon that many random golem eggs nearby. That's pretty cool. Menacor Warbeast, we only have 1, which is a bit of a bummer. Plasma Storm, we're going to run 2 of those. Fractal Replication, summon 2 copies of a friendly minion nearby that minion. It's a really solid card. I've never seen anybody run either of those 2 cards. This card is really cool. I don't know if he actually belongs in the deck, though. We're going to grab him just because, again, he's very gimmicky. Costs 1 less for each minion summoned from any player's action bar this turn. It's also pretty good. So we need to remove a few cards. And to do that, I'm going to look at what we have in here so far. Lava Slasher, we definitely want. Drogon. He's a good card. I'm not going to remove him. Let's cut the Tectonic Spikes to grab a Mandrake. Kitties. Let's grab some kitties. Being able to buff a kitty and then run a kitty in. It's pretty nice. Or no, he only buffs himself, I believe. Correct? Yeah, give your general. Either way, kitties are always welcome. And I can't think of any other, like, cards that I'd want that are neutrals. Off of the top of my head. Thunderhorn, maybe? What do we have that's a 3? We've got Grimrock. Grimrock can ramp really quick. Plasma Storm is really nice. Considering most of our minions are higher than 3. Or can easily get higher than 3. I don't know. I feel like we have so many really gimmicky cards in the deck that in running double artifacts is probably super risky as well. Let's cut a Godhammer. And I guess we'll get rid of both of those and grab... Because I like the Godhammer. I don't want to cut them. It's super gimmicky, but it just feels right. It just feels right. And knowing that it feels right is why it has to happen. And then... So yeah, we want 3 Thunderhorns. We went way too far. 1, 2, 3. And then we're just going to call this... Grow. I'm gonna save it. Claim. Free card of the day. We got a Yun. I don't know why we didn't get any quests. Seems a little silly. They might pop in after we do a match. That's what has historically happened. So let's give this deck a go. I mean, why not? We have no idea what we need to play. Sadly, because of the way we've played, we haven't... I don't think we'll earn this guy. I mean, we do have a solid, like, another 40 or so minutes that we can play. Maybe we can earn it that way. I'd love to know. Let me know if I get the granola bar. Joe Falcon, you rocking it. You get him. All right. He's always on. So, like, whenever I'm playing, Joe Falcon is on. So, you go, sir. Average wait, 14 seconds. Current wait time, 42. Oh, Ranger Cage. 1. Ranger Cage. 1. All right. So, bad, worse. Well, for starting, it's a pretty all-around awful hand. Yeah, it's pretty bad. It's weird diving back into a character that I haven't played a lot of. Like, I didn't even have a deck built for Vath, so I'm assuming I'm missing quite a few cards for Vath. I like Vath, though. I think it's a cool character. I do. I think he's a pretty slick-looking... He has a cool design. I guess we should replace this guy. Natural Selection is going to be pretty nice. I mean, maybe not, considering that we are playing against... and Grow, I believe, is at the start of my turn. And we're playing against Mechazar deck. I need to build a Mechazar deck. I just got to give it a shot. 2 already. Wow. No, let's replace him. I hate carrying 2 mana out of a turn, but I don't want to waste natural selection. The downside is that this deck does not have anything to deal with Mechazar. I feel like the best deck to deal with Mechazar is actually Venar because Chromatic Cold. He's gonna kill my egg. You're gonna mess with my egg, yo? %60 already. So I feel like we're in the point where that probably was a complete waste of a turn. Again, I have 0 experience with Vath. I mean, it was enough that he backed off a little, but we've got this bad boy. That's 80%. Did he really already get it? He already got it. How do you deal with something this early like that? I don't even know. Like, I have no idea. I have no idea how to deal with something this early. I don't have any way to deal with it. I mean, I'm not going to waste his time, and I'm not going to waste you guys' time. I have no way to deal with that. I don't know. It seems like Mechazar is a really powerful deck, and it's definitely an easy deck to build. Why would you want to add me? You're going to yell at me like the last dude I added? People are so mean. They're aggressive. Let's see if we did get any quests. Well, we lucked out. We get to play Magmar. The downside is our Magmar deck, I think, is complete and total tosh. Did he message me and tell me I suck? He did not. What a nice fella. Let's give it another go. Really? We have to play Scarzig? Oh, oh my god. What? How do you say be gentle? How do you even do that? Oh no. Scarzig, be gentle. So I haven't watched any of Scarzig's content, but I do know that he is a big player of the game. I do know he's got a YouTube channel and he does all his own stuff, tutorials. I'm shocked he's playing in gold. Hello? Be gentle. You don't know who I am. But we both do the same thing. So play nice. I wish there was a way to, like, message somebody while you're playing. I should add Scarzig, just because. I don't think I can add him while I'm playing him. But I'll add him after the game and see if he accepts my awfulness that is probably going to come out. Alright, so I'd love to be able to beat Scarzig. I'm not going to lie, I would love to be able to beat Scarzig. So let's see what we can make happen. Alright. One down. Dun dun dun! He had so many wins. Oh my god. I feel like I'm playing somebody that's, like, famous compared to what I do here on YouTube. So, this is pretty cool. It's not very often that you bump into somebody that does, you know, other content like what I do. And nobody knows who I am other than my viewers. I can't imagine anybody else knows who I am, so... Which does mean the world to me. Thank you guys so much. Really. But... this is cool. You guys have to admit, we got Scarzig as a special guest, and he doesn't even know it. I wonder if I could put that in the description line without pissing anybody off. You guys will find out. Alright. We're gonna natural selection that bad boy. Ow! Alright, so that'll leave us with 4 mana, which isn't a lot, but it's enough. Let's nuke it. Goodbye. Goodbye! And then that leaves us with enough mana to toss Grow on, buff. Continue trying to put a little bit of pressure on him. This is really cool. I'm not gonna lie. I'll have to go check out some of his content. You guys have recommended it. Apparently he's got some really good tutorials for scrubs like me. So I should really go check out some of that. I think, to be perfectly honest though, you guys' tips and feedback is far more useful than any YouTube video could be. Oh, you can stay aggressive. That's cool. Roar! Probably don't need him. Just gonna take a guess there. Mandrake is getting a little bit cheaper. And we got our claws. But we are playing against a Songhai, so there's a lot of options that he has, especially with 4 cards in his hand. I know that. He could drop a guy, soup him up, and then backstab me. Oh, he can't well, he'd have to move, but he could. He could still get me. I don't know. I haven't had a game where I wanted to win so badly, like, ever. And I want to win with love. I want to win with... what is that? What is this? At the end of your turn, transform all nearby enemy minions. What the shit are you doing to me, man? Where's this sad face? Why? No! I'm gonna stay super aggressive. Ah! Go, little Pendo! Go, little Pendo, and be brave. Enter the brave new world, little Pendo. Because dropping minions now is fairly useless. He put me in a rough spot with that. Should I have killed the Pando? Maybe. But I feel like if I can continue trying to put him in a rough spot, and it has to be near, so there is that as well. But I did get him into a nice spot where, in order for him to destroy my artifact, he has to hit me. But he does have 4 cards. Phoenix Fires could definitely do some damage. He's 1 turn away from the 8-hit card, Spiral Technique. Come on, Scarzig. Be gentle. Give me a shot. Come on. I need this. I need this in my life. Oh, he replaced. So he's going to go for the block. Minion block. It's okay. If you want to concede, it's okay. I will not resent you if you want to concede. Okay, he's running away. What's he going to drop in my way? A Lantern Fox, you bastard. It's exactly what you needed. And a Sentinel. All right, so he has... All right, so let's replace this. I can't reach him, and I can't run away. And he has 3, 2, he has 3, 5, 6, 7, well, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So he can kill me, plus the Phoenix Fire. So I'm boned. I am, like, boned beyond recognition. Well played, Scarzig. I know when I'm defeated. Not what the shit, like it mattered. Oh, man. Shoot him an invite. Let's see if he tipped me. How nice. He ruined my streak. Scarzig. You ruined my streak. That was so brutal. Let's see. I doubt he'll add me. He probably gets like a shit ton of requests after games. So either way, and if he's recording right now, he totally just got a Pheno Plays Games up in his thing right now. So that's pretty cool. All right, let's do another one. All right, let's see what we can make happen. Apologies, my recording software is having an episode. It's not a bad starting hand. It might be one of the best starting hands we've seen so far. Well, I totally missed, but the result was the same. So I think this deck definitely does suffer from one of the cardinal sins of there are just, like, not enough minion, 2-cost or, like, within the 2-cost range minions. Alright, we don't need the mana. Sniping it would just be pointless. I am kind of bummed he didn't add me. That would have been cool. He did add me! Woohoo! So I'm only in silver, mind you guys. Like, pay attention to that. And they put us up against a rank 10 gold. I would like that on the record. Damn, dude. Well, we can't drop who we want to, and we can't do what we want here. We can't do that and Blood Surge. But we can drop that. The downside is he's in a really good spot to cause some pain for us. We did get a kitty, though. So there are pros to the situation. But yeah, they put us against A, Scarzig. And B, they put us against a gold 10. Dick. Alright, I wish there was a card that allowed you to unsilence a minion. I think that would be really cool. I think that would be really cool. I think it'd be a neat little way of doing something like that. Is to... So that's already a huge problem. So... And then let's replace him, because he's irrelevant to our current situation. So we are in a really rough spot right now. The general already has a ton of attack. We don't have any silence within the deck. So there's no way of getting that damage off of the general. And he's just going to keep getting stronger, which is also a huge problem. Also a huge problem. Go, kitty! Go! And make war! I mean, he has lethal. I don't think there was any way out of that. It was an all-around pretty crummy game. which is a bummer. Really? You could have healed yourself first. Why drag it out? Like, you had lethal. Oh, I guess he didn't have lethal because he lost his ability, didn't he? Well played. So Vath is not our cup of tea. If you guys have any good Vath decks, let me know. I mean, we're like de-evolving all the way back to where we started. We need one more game. Let's just knock it out. Yeah, if there's any deck recommendations for Vath, I'd really like to know. I was doing really rough until you guys started recommending some cool builds for Vanar, even though I'd always wanted to play a wall deck. I do think that the Arcanist deck also is really nice. So if you guys have any strong recommendations for Magmar, and do you think I should give the robot guy, Mechazar deck, do you guys think I should give the mech deck a shot if I have all the cards? I don't even know if I have all the cards for the mech deck. I don't know if I want to start with Claws. So at least we're against a silver division with a shit ton of wins, which is nice. Let's see what kind of Vitruvian we are against. That's not helpful. Alright, so that's a perfect Mana Steel type of card. He's tough. He's out front. So, Vitruvian doesn't have a lot of silence, which is nice. It's whenever I draw a card, I believe. Draws a card, yep. And we're going to hold on to those two, and actually let's keep what we have. What did he get? So he can attack twice now. So that's going to be a really big problem if, depending on what he does. Now what's he up to? What are you doing? Blast. Alright, so why did he deal so much damage? Deals double damage this turn. Interesting. I can't tell if he's baiting me into this. Like, if he's happy that I'm attacking him. I know that this can become a very terrifying card. +4 attack is insane. Why did he get +4 attack? +2 attack for every artifact equipped. All right. So we're definitely up against an artifact-styled deck. So we're going to block that. If he gets blast, we're going to be in trouble. What did he get? He didn't get anything. Oh, I didn't end my turn yet. I'm being rude. Frenzy. Okay. Sorry. I didn't mean to forget to hit the button. I swear I went over and clicked it, but... Alright, so we have 7 mana. So let's drop him here to kill that. Natural selection this. End our turn. We might get a win, guys. I feel like we played this one pretty well. I mean, he does have 1 HP, so we could still lose. But... let's kill that. Move in for the kill. We did it. We won with Vath. What a fantastic way to go out with the evening, I think. I think that was a lot of fun. Fantastic. I feel pretty good about that. That I do. That I do. So yeah. Do we have any gold? We do. We can buy up 2 orbs. Let's grab a Shimzar orb. And an Unearthed Prophecy orb. And then let's head on over and open up these bad boys and see what we can pull. I miss the days of being able to open all kinds. Lots of commons. We got a Sunwisp. Opening Gamut, draw a card. Shadow Waltz. Lower the cost of all minions with Backstab in your action bar by 1 and give them +1/+1. I think that card is really good and, like, has a lot of potential. And Wailing Overdrive. Give a friendly minion on your opponent's starting side of the battlefield +5/+5. We got ourselves Wind Slicer. Opening Gambit. Lower the cost of all structure minions in your action bar by 1. It's not bad for a Vitruvian Obelisk Desk. And then we've got ourselves over here Zoe, the Battle Pet. Dying Wish. Put a random Song High spell into your action bar. It costs 1 less. Alright, let's see what else we pull. Click, 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 click. Alright. Vesperian Might. Give a Vesper minion +2/+2 for each friendly Vesper. Gotatsu. Deal 1 damage to a minion. Draw a card at the end of the turn. Spectacular card. Fate Watcher. Card we just dealt with. Whenever your opponent draws a card, this minion gains a random keyword ability. And Komodo Hunter. Opening Gambit. Your opponent summons 2 Komodo Chargers nearby their general. Beautiful. And the rare that I forgot about. Bombard. Reactivate your minions with range. That could be pretty cool. Just set up a ranged kind of thing and then just re-trigger all of them. It's kind of cool. I can't imagine it's that good, but it is kind of cool. Especially like on a turn where you drop Mechazar. Could be cool. You could reactivate Mechazar on turn 1 and just ping. So yeah, there's a lot of cool potential there. But that is where we're going to wrap up this video. Thank you all very much for watching. If you enjoyed the 2-hour episode, please leave a like, give a share, let the world out there know what you're watching, and leave a comment down in the comment section below. Give me a great Vath deck recommendation. I think what we have is a good baseline, but it's pretty bad. And I feel like I'm missing something from the deck to really make it good. So yeah, thank you all very much for watching. Again, if you enjoyed the video, give it a like, give it a share, and I can't wait to see you guys next week for some more Duelyst. Thank you all very much. And as always, till the next video. Hello there. Thank you for making it to the end of my video. If you enjoyed the content here, why don't you watch something next over there on that little box? Or if you want to check out something new, why don't you check the recommended feed on right there? And if you're new to the channel and enjoyed the video you just got done watching, why don't you bop that little ghost right below me on the face as hard as you can and hit the subscribe button. Thank you all very much for your continued support. And as always, till the next video.